This is Soft Darkness Studio. Stories told in shadow. Eliza learned early how to disappear. Not by leaving, but by staying so quiet, so contained, that the world forgot to look for her. At the Hawthorne Grand Hotel, she was known only as the maid. No one ever wondered who she was before, and that was exactly how she survived. Eliza worked the East Wing. The carpets were thick enough to swallow footsteps. The chandeliers glowed softly, polished to a perfection that suggested permanence, though nothing here ever truly belonged to anyone for long. She moved methodically. Linen, mirrors, towels folded with careful precision. Her cart squeaked just enough to announce her presence, never enough to demand attention. She liked it that way. Eliza was 26, shy, careful, invisible by design. At lunch, she sat with the same two women every day. Mirabelle talked too much. June laughed easily. They were kind, protective in the way people are when they sense fragility but don't know its source. "You need to live a little," Mirabelle said one afternoon, nudging her arm. "Go out. Let someone take you to dinner." Eliza smiled politely and stirred her soup. June tilted her head. "You ever think about leaving this place?" Eliza's smile didn't falter. She didn't answer. Some questions weren't meant to be spoken aloud. Eliza didn't mind being overlooked. What unsettled her was being remembered. Memory had teeth. At night, she returned to a small apartment with thin walls and second-hand furniture. She fed her cat, she read until her eyes blurred. She slept lightly, as if rest were something that might be taken if she wasn't careful. She did not dream of the past. The past had a way of finding you without invitation. It happened on a Tuesday, room 814. She knocked once, softly, and entered, eyes already trained on the floor. The air changed, not loudly, just enough for her body to notice before her mind caught up. She looked up. The man standing near the window turned slowly. Tall, broad shoulders, familiar in a way that hollowed her chest. His expression shifted the moment he saw her. "Eliza?" Her name, spoken by him, landed like a fracture. She froze. Nathan Ashford stared at her as if the room had rearranged itself around her. Lowering her eyes was instinct. "I'm here to clean," she said quietly. Her voice was steady. That surprised her. Nathan didn't move. "I wondered what happened to you," he said. "You disappeared." Her hands tightened around the cart handle. "I think you have the wrong person." But he was already shaking his head. "You used to hate hotels, he said slowly. You said they smelled like other people's lives. Her breath caught. She hadn't meant it to. She lifted her gaze just long enough to confirm what she already knew. It was him. Older, sharper. The boy she remembered had grown into a man the world had clearly favored. You shouldn't remember that, she said. Nathan swallowed. I remember everything. That frightened her more than recognition ever could. He took a step toward her. Eliza stepped back. The movement was small, but it told him everything. He stopped immediately. I'm not here to hurt you, he said. Her laugh barely had sound. You don't get to decide that. The word surprised them both. Nathan's face shifted. Not offense, not anger, but something closer to remorse. I just wanted to know if you were okay, he said. She pushed the cart forward, forcing herself into motion. I am. The lie didn't taste bitter. It tasted necessary. You can leave now, she added. He didn't. I came home one day and you were gone, he said quietly. No note, no warning. She paused. You weren't there, she said. I know, he replied. I should have been. Silence stretched between them. Heavy, unresolved. Eliza finished quickly, too quickly. She turned toward the door. This conversation is over. Leaving didn't mean she felt nothing. It meant she refused to let feeling decide for her. She didn't stop walking until she reached the linen closet. Then she slid down the wall, breath shaking. Because the truth was, she hadn't expected to feel seen. And she hated how much it unsettled her. Because the boy who had once looked at her like she mattered had returned as a man who could undo her peace simply by remembering her name. If you want episode 2 of Ash and Honey, subscribe and continue the story. Some reunions don't bring closure. They bring questions.